The very word health comes from the root word whole. So if there is no sense of wholeness, if there is no sense of life being on in a big way, this means health is not happening. So the simplest way for one to know whether I am healthy or not, when you wake up in the morning, if you spend 2 minutes, just to see whether your body is eager to jump into the world or want to sink into the bed. This shows whether you're healthy or not, whether the body is feeling healthy or not. Health is individual business. If you want to generate health from within, each individual has to take it up. For this, we have to create a culture of health, where right from our childhood it has to be brought in as a part of our life. We have to bring this means yogic sciences have to come. Now I'm afraid of using the word yoga in America, so I keep telling them it's inner engineering because the yoga that they're doing just scares me. Because if you do yoga like this, it is not long before one of these young doctors will research and show you how yoga is messing up your system completely. Yes, they will. They will study this yoga and come out and say, yoga is completely messing up your system, because it will. Because the way it is being practiced is like… what's that, Zumba? If you're looking at yoga as a way to step your life up to another level of experience and another possibility of your existence, completely different dimension of perception and knowing, if this has to come, it needs to be approached in a certain way. There is a huge amount of work that needs to be done in that direction. It is not to simply disparage somebody who's doing something, it is just that the problem is there are benefits even in that. Even twisting, turning, doing that, there is benefit. But I want you to understand this. For this, you don't have to do yoga. You swim half an hour every day, you will notice similar benefits. Go up the mountain, you'll notice benefits. Play tennis, it'll happen. You will have these benefits. You don't do yoga for these benefits. You don't need this kind of system, which is a phenomenal thing, to simply feel little fit and have your breath going deep enough into your body and whatever this kind of stuff. You don't need to do yoga, believe me. It's boring, it's no good. Unless experientially it enhances you, simply bending, twisting like this, like that, it needs enormous patience. It's much better to play tennis or swim, run up the mountain Yes, I'm telling you. This is designed for something else. This is designed for a completely different dimension. Health is a consequence. I would say it's like a side effect. Health also happens on the side. One who is just focused on health, it's not good to go like that. But for this we have what is called as Upa Yoga, or we have systems called Angamardana. Angamardana literally means, it is being interpreted as mastering your limbs, but it actually means killing your limbs. You do that kind of thing with the body that if you're here, you don't even know your body exists or not. There is a sense of bodilessness about you. Unless this comes into your life, there is no real sense of ease. If you succeed, that's called yoga. That's okay, Sadhguru, but what about health? Yes, health is a very important element towards anything that we wish to do. Whatever we wish to do, body must be in good place, otherwise how do you go there? You won't go anywhere if this one thing breaks down right here. And the nature and the power of the body is such, right now if your little finger is hurting terribly, I will be talking about enlightenment. You are not interested. Your little finger is the most important thing in the universe right now. This is the nature of the body. If you don't take care of it, it will dominate you absolutely. If you want to be released from physical process, you must keep it in such a good place that you don't even know whether it exists or not. See, right now in your body, there are many parts to this, but whichever part is hurting right now, that is the part you're conscious of. The parts of body which are doing well, you don't know that they exist right now, isn't it? Yes? So if this comes to the entire body, that if you sit here, you're barely conscious that you have a body, you're sitting in total ease. If this comes, health is an automatic transformation. Well, that looks like a faraway thing, but what do we do immediately? For that, there are simple processes. If you just change the way you sit, believe me, in your life, all of you experimenters, just change the way you sit. You will see whatever kind of little health issues that you're having, 30% will definitely go. We can translate that into a nation's health also, isn't it? I'm saying such simple things, what to eat, how to sit, how to breathe. If these kind of things, that much yoga, this is all Upa Yoga, not even yoga, just simple sense about how to conduct the body is brought into the culture, into our lives on a daily basis, you will see a lot of things will improve. This may look like too simplistic, but believe me, you can change the chemistry of your system dramatically just by sitting in a certain way. The entire system, when I say yoga, you always think Hatha Yoga or the physical form of yoga. The basic premise of Hatha Yoga is like this. For every human experience that you go through, for every level of consciousness or mental and emotional status that you go through, your body naturally tends to take a certain posture. Have you noticed this? If you're happy, you will sit one way. You're peaceful, you sit another way. You're unhappy, you'll sit another way. You're angry, you sit another way. Is it so? Have you noticed this? Yes. So conversely is the science of Hatha, that if you consciously bring your body to a certain posture and hold it there, the very way you think, feel, understand and perceive life will alter itself. It's just a little bit of engineering that you understand this is how the body is made just by holding it. If I see a person sitting, not when they're conscious, simply they are sitting by themselves, if I watch them, I will tell them in the next 10-15 years what ailments they will get, what life situations they will go through, how they will live their life, what are the possibilities, what are not the possibilities. This is not astrology or something, this is simply simple engineering. Depending on how you hold your body, what is possible within you, what is not possible within you is right there, particularly related to health. It is distinctly there. We have to bring this much understanding. Today when we have engineered the world in so many wonderful ways that we want, I think we are not doing good to ourselves. A little bit of engineering needs to happen to this, because you have to agree with me on this one thing, that this is the most sophisticated machine on this planet. But have you read the user's manual? That's a question. We have to write the user's manual in a modern sense. Writing does not mean writing a book, it's not going to work like that. We have to make people literate about how to read this body. We have learnt how to read a language, but we have not learnt how to read this book, which is written by the Creator himself. So for this, a certain level of discipline and focus and attention has to come. Unless it comes as a culture, individual people doing it will benefit them individually, but it will be difficult to sustain individually unless there is a supportive culture around us. I think that is what we need to strive for.
Yoga, a word that's been used and misused for over a millennia. Here are 5 things I didn't know about yoga until we started learning it the classical way. Number 5. Outside, wherever I learned yoga at yoga studios, the teachers helped us get into the posture or adjust if we were not aligned in the posture. But at Sadhguru Gurukulam, I was so surprised to see no teacher ever physically adjusted anyone. No one touched another's body. At first, it felt strange, but soon I got to know that every person carries their own energy geometry. When someone touches you during your practice, even with good intention, they can disturb that geometry. Yoga is about aligning your own system, your body, your mind, and your energies into a certain balance. The moment someone's influence enters, that process gets disturbed.
No. We don't do this during the practices. In most modern yoga studios, there is always music. A soothing playlist, a chant, something to fill in the silence. But here, in Gurukulam, where we learn classical Hatha Yoga, silence is sacred. The moment sound enters, your awareness goes outward, following the beat, reacting to the emotion. But yoga means turning inward. In silence, your attention goes to your breath, to your subtle body. That's where real alignment starts. And mirrors, we never use them. We keep our eyes closed throughout the practice. There is no need to check whether we reach the final posture or how we look in the final posture. Because yoga is not a performance, it's perception and happens best with eyes closed. When there is no mirror, you rely on inner feeling, not outer form. You stop looking at yourself, you start being with yourself.
Number 3, I did not realize the importance of being on an empty stomach while doing certain yoga practices. I've learned here at Isha's Hatha Yoga teacher training program that when you put food in your stomach, the body's energies naturally focus in the stomach region, which makes sense because the body is focusing on digestion. When you do Hatha Yoga, you want to direct your energies in a different way. You want the energies to rise upward and not get stuck in the stomach region. In fact, I've experienced the difference this makes in my own body when we fast here on Ekadashi. I notice my body feels more light, more vibrant, my energies are moving, and I get into the postures much more easily. I've seen people practicing yoga while drinking beer and wine, and it completely defeats the essence of yoga, and it can actually be harmful. Yoga at its root is a path to inner balance and self-mastery. Alcohol is an external stimulant that completely disrupts that inner equilibrium. Sadhguru once said that taking a stimulant and calling it yoga is like pressing down on the accelerator and the brake at the same time. I'd say that's like spinning your wheels and going nowhere.
I used to do hot yoga before, where you would do yoga in a heated studio, and it would make us really sweaty. So I thought it was a great workout. But guess what? I learned that doing Hatha Yoga is ideally practiced in the cooler hours of the day. So just before 8:30 a.m. or after 4:30 p.m. where the temperatures are below 32 degrees Celsius. Practicing in the midday heat can actually cause the internal heat or Ushna to rise, which leads to cellular damage. So for me, hot yoga is out of the question. And FYI, yoga is not a workout, it's an inner process.
Number 1. Before coming here, I thought only if I'm flexible I could do yoga. If I could bend more, I must be progressing. But then, in the beginning, even though I was so flexible, I was still restless inside. Eventually, I learned that physical flexibility is useful, but it's not the goal. It's just a preparation. When your body becomes still, your breath becomes subtle, and your mind stops chasing, that's when something extraordinary starts to unfold. You will begin to experience yoga not as a posture, but as a union. A state where body, mind and energy function as one. That's when I realized flexibility of the body is not that important. Yoga is not about how beautifully one can bend, but how deeply one can be still.